What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. All I have to say is, wow, today was quite the interesting day. So I want to go over what really drove SoFi lower, what shorts did, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. SoFi went down 5.76%, a fair amount of volume though, so 43.2 million shares being traded, 41.9 is the average. No specific news associated to SoFi today, so they weren't really the culprit, rather the broader market. So you did have that nice kind of buying that did happen first thing. So in my opinion, that was just more linked to the options last week. And then essentially you just had all hell break loose. So I think pre-market Nvidia started to it was down, I think at that time, like 3% based off of no news. So it's kind of showing some signs of a very broad technical breakdown. And then aside from that, you did have manufacturing data kind of giving the final dagger. So 47.2 was the actual, 47.5 was the forecast. So it showed that once again, another month that the economy is contracting. And this is the third consecutive manufacturing data that is below 50. So not the best by any means. So as soon as this did happen, you're having a hell of a lot of chatter saying that the market's done, that recession is coming, plus even seasonality. September seems to be a horrific month in general. So I think in like over the last 3 years, I saw something about it being down 5%, 10%, and then 5% for the most part. So September, I think just people came into it with a bad mentality. It ended off very bad. So NASDAQ down 3.26%, S&P 2.1%, and then Dow is down 1.5%. So today was quite the interesting day. And I do see a lot of people instantly jumping to, oh, it's shorts. That wasn't necessarily the case. And actually, on a side note, before I get over to what shorts did, this did jump up today, so the likelihood of a 50 basis point cut for the September 18th meeting, as I said in my video yesterday. So a lot of these data points, so including today and then Thursday, Friday, all of those have the ability to really spook the broader market and really start the chatter about a recession, on which that this was going to go up. And lo and behold, that's kind of what is happening. But getting back to it, a lot of people are saying that it is shorts. Shorts weren't really, like, they're not the culprit today. You can tell based on the teal line. In fact, they were returning consecutively throughout the whole day. So they weren't the culprit. And even if you look right here, shorts did return 972,000 shares today. I don't know where I got 18 from, but 17.8% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 186.32 million shares overall are being shorted. Through IBKR, it does indicate in excess of 10 million shares is available. And through here, so cost to borrow average is 0.35. And kind of it looks like a lot of the brokers are in line with that lower cost to borrow. But still, shorts weren't the culprit for today. If anything, it was big money really panicking. And so based on this, you can see based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price, everything that does show as a bid is a sell. So institutions literally just said, you know what, F it, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this bullshit in the market. So yeah, this is very interesting. And plus, I did bring up last week, kind of matches with just the institution saying F it to the broader market, record high numbers of in money markets. I think it's at like $6.6 trillion. So there was some anticipation that there would be a rotation from money markets to equity, but again, a lot of big entities could not care to, or like give two craps about what is happening and see a lot more fear in the broader market. So that's what happened basically on Friday as well as today. So you do see on Friday a hell of a lot of selling. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting September from what it looks like. And 5.67 million in calls, 1.77 million in puts. So I guess on a positive note, a lot of money was getting into SoFi through options, but only 51% of the options, I guess, were bearish, kind of evenly divided for the most part today. And of the call options that were purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be around that $8 range-ish. Even myself, when it was kind of just opened, I did sell some $8 covered calls just to kind of lock in But yeah, luckily enough, I did it when I did, because yeah, it was a brutal day. But so yeah, if you guys were dabbling with options, or if you guys have started to do covered calls, buying or selling of puts, let me know your thoughts and what you've been doing. But this is the current open interest. So for the week ending September the 6th, you do have 33,000 at that $8 strike price, 36,000 at that $8.50. So even going into this week, we already did know that there was a lot of heavy resistance at those strike prices. So I think SoFi was going to struggle with that regardless. Now what is on the table is 750. So currently there is 8,000 at that 750. So no doubtably tomorrow that'll increase as what it normally does by like 40%. So yeah, that should make for another interesting couple days. One thing that I just wanted to bring you to your attention though is these are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool. So dark pool was very popular today. So dark pool is linked to often enough shorts and just large entities. So yeah, there was quite a lot of big ones as well, as you can kind of see. So definitely pause the video, go line by line, because I know I kind of go through this relatively fast, but again, I'm just bringing this up more so you guys can get the clearer picture of what is truly happening, where the majority of the volume is kind of funneling through and everything else. As of right now though, with it at $7.53, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. Very wide gaps because obviously SoFi has ran up quite a lot, so anticipate a continuation of volatility in the foreseeable future. 743 is going to be that next strong support. Luckily enough, it didn't test that, but again, Wednesday, there's not a lot of data points, so it's going to be more of a technical driven day. So going into tomorrow, instantly negative. So I anticipate this pivot to kind of be touched. Hopefully it holds. We'll just have to wait and see. Flip side, 831 is going to be the next strong resistance, and I don't anticipate that to be touched probably this whole week anymore, regrettably. And on the actual chart itself, let's kind of look here. So today it was flirting with that 200-day moving average. Luckily enough, it kind of held on, but once again, if it does continue to sell, this is where you could see this really be kind of tested. So you do have that 100, also that 50-day moving average kind of diverging. Looking at stochastic, you do see it at 78, so still arguably considered overbought, as I've been bringing it up. Technically, the first sign of weakness associated to SoFi and just the broader market, you're going to see a significant pullback. So that might be happening in the next couple days. Again, Thursday and Friday, very key data points linked to consumers. So that could definitely shake the broader market a little bit more than what happened today. And then aside from that, number of retail investors were getting out. So not only did kind of big money say, F it, I'm out, looks like retail did as well. So what have you been doing? Did you buy, sell, hold? What did you do? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And yeah, with all that, appreciate all of you watching.